Hey, how to do file uploading in Nuxt3? It's very easy to do. Let's try it. I'm starting here a brand new Next project. I'm calling it as my app. It will take a few seconds to set up the project. Once it is done, I'll switch to the project folder and then open up the VS Code editor. Now we need to install the npm packages that is needed for this application. So I'll run npm install and then it will take some time. So we need to wait for that. Once the npm packages has been installed, let's start the server. So we'll run npm run dev. We are starting the development server. So it will be running at port 3000. So we will be able to access this application using localhost 3000. So let's open up a browser and then see whether it is working or not. So obviously it will be working. For this project, we are not building any kind of front end. Instead of that, we'll be using Postman to send the post request to the server. You know that Next is having a file-based routing system, and that file-based routing system is there for server side as well. So if I'm adding a new folder called API inside the server folder, and then inside that, if I add an index.ts file, and then define the event handlers, then I will be able to access this particular route using localhost 3000/API. Once we hit that route, I should be getting a hello world back because that is what we defined inside that route. Let's try that, and it's working. What I normally do in my project is I'll be having a route called project/API/file, and then that route will be having all the methods that is required for file operations like file upload, file download, rename, delete, everything. So I'm adding a new folder called file and then moving the index.ts inside the file. Now we'll be able to access this particular route using localhost/API/file. So that is also working fine. But for a file uploading operations, we will be using post request instead of get. Hence, we need to rename this file to index.post.ts so that it can accept the post request. So let's attach a file and then run that code once again. Okay, so that is also working very fine. Now we need to write the code which will handle the file and then upload it to the folder. Files are sent using multipart form data, so we will be using read multipart form data. But it's an async function, so we'll have to await for that. And since we're using await, we'll have to convert this entire function to async. We will save the entire form values to a variable, and from this form data, we can find out the file information. So how can we find out the file information? It's very simple. We will just have to filter the form data based on the key that we have used in the Postman. In the Postman, we were using the key as file. So we will use the same key here also to filter the file from the form data. Once we have the file, we need to save it somewhere in the disk. So we will create a folder called uploads in the project, and then we can use this path to save the incoming files. The entire path will be uploads slash the file name. So for the time being, we'll use the exact file name that we have used, that we are using for uploading. So it is cat.jpg. So the file will get now saved as uploads slash cat.jpg. Now the last part is to call the write file method and then pass the path and then the file data. Write file is an async method, so we will have to wait for that as well. Once everything is done, we will just return the path back to the client side. That's it. Very simple and very easy to do. Please try it out, and if you're finding any kind of difficulty, then please comment. I'll check it out. Thank you. Have a very nice day. Bye bye.